watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
This morning on DC News Now, we're tracking a wintry mess making its way to the DMV. This is a live look at the radar right now where you can see a little bit of activity this morning. We've got you covered, though, on the DMV First Warn Day.
We're going to take you right now outside right now with a live look in Hagerstown, Maryland. Things quiet right now. It's just the calm before the storm. This area could see several inches of snow today. Good morning. I'm Tosin Fakile. Thank you for joining us here on DC News Now.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. You may need that shovel or the rain jacket today. It all depends on where exactly you live. And we have live team coverage this morning to help you get through this first storm of the year. Shanika is keeping an eye on the roads, and meteorologist Derek Bowen and Jackie Lair are tracking the storm hour by hour. Let's begin with Jackie, though, this morning to see what is the latest with the storm. Jackie, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Corey. Out there right now, yes, we're not seeing much in our area, but just down towards our south and west, over towards just to the south and westernmost parts of Virginia. That's where we're seeing a little bit of that precipitation slowly creeping in. So as we zoom on in over towards Roanoke, they are seeing some precipitation there, but likely in the form of a little bit of that rain, a little bit of that wintry mix as well. So in those areas shaded in pink on your screen, that's more so that wintry mix. And then also we do have some green on there indicating some of that rainfall as well. This will continue to move its way north and east over the next several hours. But as we zoom on in on our area, it's mainly down towards Harrisonburg, which is just outside of our viewing area. Then we also have those flurries back over towards western Maryland as we speak. So let's zoom in on that. We're seeing a few of those light flurries out towards Kaiser, Mountain Lake Park as well. Extreme westernmost parts of Garrett County getting in on some of that wintry weather right now. That's really the most that we're seeing across our area, at least for now, I should say, because as we look ahead towards later this morning, likely right around 9 a.m., that's when we really start to notice that precipitation picking up across the area. But like Corey and Tosin just mentioned, it's really going to depend on location for where we do see that different type of precipitation. Really depends on that. Some winter storm alerts to talk about. We do have that winter storm warning. That is including Frederick County, Maryland. It's also over towards Washington County in Hagerstown, where we just saw that live look there, where it's all quiet right now, but that could likely change over the next several hours. And up and down the I-81 corridor included in that winter storm warning over towards western Maryland, as well as that eastern panhandle of West Virginia. As you get closer towards DC, so in between I-81 and the I-95 corridor, we have those winter weather advisories. Now, the only difference from yesterday to this morning, that winter weather advisory now includes Fairfax County in northern Virginia. And that winter weather advisory, that goes until 2 p.m. this afternoon. But as you get farther off towards the west, then those winter weather advisories continue to be a little bit later. So we're talking 4 p.m. as you're heading down towards Orange, Virginia, and then over towards Fauquier County. We're talking about until 7 p.m. this evening, that winter weather advisory. So what are the differences between the two winter weather advisories? We're talking less in terms of the amount of snow, but still could be seeing a little bit of that wintry mix and sleet accumulation. Farther off towards the north and west, those winter storm warnings, that is where we could see far more of the snowfall accumulation, also that sleet mixing in. In terms of that timing, really filling in across the area through the morning hours. But then as we look ahead towards the middle of the afternoon, as temperatures start to warm up, those winds coming in out of the east, that rain snow line continues to push its way farther off towards the north and west, really hovering closer towards the I-81 corridor with this particular model. Mainly snow back over towards western Maryland, parts of West Virginia, before this eventually should move out as we look ahead towards later on this evening, thinking between 5 and 7 p.m., clearing from southwest to north and east, and then eventually drying things out overnight. However, with temperatures hovering right around the freezing mark, we could see a little bit more of that refreeze, especially in those areas where we do have mostly that rain for this system. But right now, I do want to turn it over to Derek with the very latest. And when we're talking about the different types of precipitation, what does that really mean? And can you explain it a little bit more?
Yeah, so it really just depends on temperatures within the atmosphere itself. We have the temperatures here at the surface per se, but we also have the temperatures aloft as well. And around the region, we're seeing temperatures into the 20s and 30s, which generally would be good for snowmaking. But just above the surface, however, we're starting to see temperatures that are just slightly above the freezing point. And with that being said, that could melt some of that snowy accumulation and turn it into either sleet or even freezing rain once it reaches back to the surface. And with that, we'll have, of course, that mix to go on as we head throughout at least the morning hours and continuing later on to this afternoon, where things will transition over to a little bit more in the way in terms of snow. But we're gonna have to keep an eye on that, especially as we continue out throughout the morning, because right now, just above the surface, it looks like we do have some warming that is happening.
All right, thank you, Derek. Now we're going to take a look at road conditions right now, right in the district, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. So we're going to start out on the Southeast Southwest Freeway. No worries, it is looking good. And as expected, Maryland, it's looking good as well along the Capitol Beltway in Prince George's County, Montgomery County, and in northern Virginia. Speaking of Virginia, here's 395 heading northbound over your bridges. That is probably going to be something you want to look out for in the later hours of the morning. Those bridges, as they freeze easily and usually before other surfaces.
All right, Shanika, thank you. We've been talking about this storm for several days. This is a live look at the Washington Monument in D.C. Now, right now, D.C. is not expecting as much wintry weather today as other parts of the region. And you may need a shovel depending on exactly where you live in the DMV.
That's right. Today, parts of Virginia could see a messy mix of rain or snow. Our Leonard N. Fleming is live in Manassas this morning. So, Leonard, tell us, how is it looking and feeling out there this morning?
Corey and Tosin, look, it is very, very, very quiet right now. We're in a shopping center with a Dollar Tree, a Trader Joe's, a post office. It's really quiet here, but I'm going to step out of the shot right now because we have what's going to prepare people for this snow. You've got 1, 2, 3 snowplow trucks here that are sitting there warming up. You've got the salt in the back that will come out and treat these roads later on. Obviously, right now, there's nothing on the roads. There's no snow, no rain. But as our intrepid meteorologist has mentioned, we are expecting more of this wintry mix coming up later today, and we're going to keep you posted. I'm going to be here in this shopping center giving you the updates as much as we can. Reporting in Centerville, Virginia, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. Leonard will keep us posted as the morning goes on. 6:07 and ahead of this winter's first major weather event, we're looking at what's being done to avoid the mess that happened after a major standstill on I-95 last January. Virginia Department of Transportation says crews are ready for today's weather. DC News Now spoke with Rebecca Barnes, a Northern Virginia native who says she wound up stuck on the highway almost for 24 hours. She says she's hopeful that 2 reports, each outlining critical errors back in 2022, help Virginia come up with a plan before this happens all over again.
It was just a perfect storm, no pun intended, that enough things went wrong that we got trapped on 95.
Barnes says the main responsibility is on the state when preparing for a potential event of that magnitude. Virginia's Governor Glenn Youngkin posting on social media saying, "I urge Virginians to stay home." And road crews in Hagerstown area also took time to prepare for any potential snow.
Yeah, DC News Now Stephen Cohen checked out their pre-storm routines along with preps in the mountain areas where skiers and snowboarders are expecting to have lots of fun.
Precipitation is expected to hit Washington County at daybreak Saturday.
Road crews are targeting western Washington County.
Those areas seem to be, according to the model, they're going to get hit the hardest, the mountain areas.
And Levine's advice for highway drivers:
just everybody be careful and maintain a safe distance behind our guys. Remember, sometimes they can't see you, and if the salt's coming out, hit your car, that's not good for your paint.
Meanwhile, at Whitetail Mountain Resort in Pennsylvania, just minutes from Hagerstown,
we're super excited about the natural snow coming on top of all the man-made snow. A lot of times people ski for the first time because they see natural snow, so we're hoping to see a lot of beginners.
And Levine's charge to his crew:
first snow is usually a challenge for the guys. Some of them haven't been in a truck for 2 years since we haven't got any snow.
But he is confident nonetheless.
We got a lot of good drivers and a lot of good people here, and we'll fight this one just like we do all the other ones.
Reporting from Washington County, Stephen Cohen, DC News Now.
All right, should be a fun time for folks going skiing. Time right now is 6:09. Crews in parts of western Maryland are gearing up for today's expected snowstorm, including one snowplow company out of Frederick hoping to cash in during the storm as well. John Claypack has been plowing snow for about 20 years in Frederick. He says he and his team are preparing to hit parking lots to keep businesses up and running during the storm. Claypack says what he is expected to make this weekend, well, that's up in the air.
Last year we made nothing. This year, we don't know. It all depends on the weather. I have associates that spend upwards of $7,000 for commercial liability insurance and have nothing to show for it.
Ed Claypack says he has 24 people handling sidewalks and 8 people handling snow plows. He says his team will likely head out around 9 o'clock this morning if the weather permits. Mayor Bowser is planning to deploy the district snow team this morning.
That's right. Pre-treatment of roads in the district began Thursday night. Today, starting at 9 a.m., about 150 snow plows will be sent out across D.C. to further treat the roads. Officials say the district's Department of Transportation will treat bike lanes after the snowstorm clears roadways. The city is also encouraging you to spread salt, kitty litter, or pet-friendly de-icer on your own ahead of the storm if you have those supplies. They also say homeowners must clear snow and ice from their property immediately after any snowfall. And a quick reminder, you can stay on top of all of this winter storm by downloading the DC News Now weather app. Just scan the code on your screen to download that app. That way you can get the very latest information on your phone at any point of the day.
This morning, a missing 4-month-old baby is safe and back home with her mother.
A scary story there. This after a car was taken in Georgetown with the child inside.
And these are the images here of the 4-month-old in her mom's arms last night. Officials say she was found in Southeast D.C. Now, police say she was still in her car seat when someone put her on the porch of a stranger's home and then banged on the door.
The infant was in her mother's car on M Street in Georgetown. Police say they got a frantic 911 call from a mother after someone stole the car at about 6 o'clock. Investigators found the child about an hour later at a home about 5.5 miles away. A man who was at the house where the baby was dropped off told our Mariel Carbone what he saw.
Someone came to the house and was knocking very loudly at the door, and when we opened the door, we saw the baby, and it was very cold. Then we saw a car that looked very suspicious. The car was burgundy colored, and it took off very fast.
Wow, thankfully someone was there. Police looking for the suspects in the stolen car. We, of course, will keep you updated on this story, and we'll give you all updates both on air and online. We are continuing our team coverage on the first winter snowstorm of the year.
That's right. Jackie and Derek will give us a look at what to expect hour by hour on this DMV First Warn Day.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. DC News Now continues.
All right, welcome back. Time right now is 6:14 on this Saturday morning. We're taking a live look over Hagerstown here. You can see it's pretty clear as we continue to track the storm this morning. So far, no rain, no snow. And if you're wondering where it's at, don't worry. It should be coming in just a matter of time. It's doing exactly what our meteorologists have been saying all along, is that right now it is going to be calm. In a couple of hours, this should be ramping up. Right, Jackie?
Yes, precisely. We're taking a look at satellite and radar right now. Most of that precipitation just down towards our south and west, closer towards Roanoke at this point. They are reporting some of that precipitation working its way through that area. So again, as I put this into motion, yes, we're seeing the cloud cover for most of our area, but the precipitation just lingering down towards our south and west. It will slowly expand its way north and east and across the DMV over the course of the next several hours. So this will continue to be something that we monitor through the day today. So there's that low down across Tennessee and that precipitation overspreading just outside of that. And we're looking at a little bit of that snow back over towards western Maryland at this point. The rest of our viewing area, really not seeing much in the way of that precipitation. But again, just aside from some of that snow flurries back over towards Garrett County and over towards Kaiser as well into West Virginia too. But again, very light, but we're always looking at those temperatures, especially at the surface when we're talking about that wintry precipitation. We're currently 35 degrees in DC, just above the freezing mark in Fredericksburg, but we're mid-20s in Hagerstown, into those mid-upper 20s back over towards western Maryland, Kaiser, upper 20s also in Waldorf, lower 30s in Culpeper. Winter storm alerts. We have those winter storm warnings in areas shaded in pink, and that's from Hagerstown down along the I-81 corridor down towards Woodstock. And then we have these winter weather advisories. So the winter storm warnings, that's where we could see several inches of accumulating snowfall along with accumulating sleet and also possibly ice. And those winter weather advisories, a little bit less in terms of the amount of snowfall with those winter weather advisories, but it's still possible that you could see upwards of a couple of inches possible. But aside from that, we're looking at mainly more of that snow to mix ratio. And then again, we're going to be watching that rain snow line as well. So in terms of the timing, by 8 a.m., we're looking at some of that precipitation starting to work its way through. And what worries me with this precipitation type is the fact that we're seeing a lot of pink on the screen. So we're talking about that wintry mix, also the possibility of some freezing rain as well. Really, again, dependent on those temperatures. But we're looking at that rain pushing its way farther off towards the west. Closer towards Manassas, Fredericksburg by about 10 a.m. as temperatures gradually start to warm up. Farther off towards the north and west, Winchester, the I-81 corridor, snow to mix with this particular model. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly that rain from D.C. area south and east. Southern Maryland, you are just a rain event with this system as it moves through. By 5 p.m., we're starting to notice that precipitation wrapping up, especially for our far south and western zones where that winter weather advisory ends at 4 p.m. And then again, we're looking at mainly dry conditions overnight, and then some snow showers still breaking out back over towards the mountains region tomorrow. So in terms of the snowfall forecast, a trace at that closer towards DC, if anything. Otherwise, it will be washed away very quickly. So it's not like you're going to be seeing any of that coating on the ground. 1 to 2 farther off towards Leesburg, Frederick, as well as farther off towards the west, closer towards the I-81 corridor. But we're thinking 2 to 5 as you get closer towards I-81, and then eventually 4 to 6 over towards western Maryland, parts of West Virginia as well. Hagerstown, you're on the cusp of that 2 to 5, even close to 4 to 6 inches of snowfall. Now, like I mentioned before about that wintry mix and ice, that is possible that we could see around 1/10 of an inch for some locations. And so that is what worries me, especially with people traveling. So if you're in any of these areas shaded in pink on your screen, certainly you want to make sure that if you have to be out there on the roadways, you are taking it much more cautious and much more slow. That 7-day outlook showing us again, today's that DMV first warn day with this system, but then notice how Tuesday is highlighted in red. That is going to be our next system that moves through. Not looking at a lot of winter weather with that system, but we're looking at a lot of wind and a lot of rain. So we're looking at a flood risk, and also with those strong wind gusts, we're going to keep a close eye on those and just how strong they could possibly get, especially after this system moves through. We should have a better idea of that next one moving in on Tuesday. Shanika is here on the weekends, and she's talking about traffic. How's it looking out there on the roadways?
Yes, indeed. It's the weekend, Saturday morning, bright and early. You are looking good, and as expected, we're not seeing any delays at all. So we're going to start on 395. Heading northbound, and this is right near Edsel Road. You can kind of see southbound lanes as well on the other side of things. It's very empty, very clear. Now just watch in the later hours of the morning. You could see some slick road conditions, but I have nothing right now. Here's a Capitol Beltway inner and outer loop right near Connecticut Avenue. This is out of Bethesda in Montgomery County. Prince George's County is looking good as well. And here's your bridge, American Legion Bridge, just at the point right before you head over that bridge into Northern Virginia, and it is clear.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Your time is 6:19 on this Saturday morning. Today marks the 3-year anniversary of the January 6th attacks on the Capitol, a day that shook the country. And investigations, which still have a long way to go, continue as investigators work to prosecute dozens of suspects. Hundreds have already been convicted for their roles in storming the Capitol in an attempt to stop Congress from certifying Biden's presidential win. The violent mob forced lawmakers, including former Vice President Mike Pence, to shelter in place inside the Capitol. Now, the charges that these suspects face range from misdemeanor trespassing to felony assault on police officers and seditious conspiracy. The sentences have also been handed down, range from a few months of house arrest to 22 years in prison. Many rioters are already out of prison. During a speech on Friday, President Biden says what should have been a peaceful transition of power turned into an unprecedented attack on our democracy.
Trump's mob wasn't a peaceful protest. It was a violent assault.
On that day, officers were punched, tackled, and tased as they defended the Capitol and those inside.
And as the investigation continues, there are cash rewards offered by the FBI for specific rioters and for the person who put pipe bombs at the DNC and RNC. And construction work on George Washington Memorial Parkway is now complete.
Yeah, after months of work, drivers will see some new traffic patterns on the southbound lanes.
Trying to keep the same character and feel, but making sure everything is just as safe as possible for motorists. The most important thing is trying to adhere to that speed limit of 40 miles per hour. If they're going slow, they should be able to then see the new traffic pattern, ride it a few times, get comfortable with it.
And now that the southbound lanes are complete, similar work will begin on the northbound lanes.
And today, Metro is reminding riders to plan ahead for the weekend. Track and infrastructure work will impact rail service on the red, blue, orange, and silver lines. On the red line, free shuttle buses will replace trains between Noma and Brooklyn stations. Rhode Island Avenue Station will also be closed. On the silver line, trains will only run between Ashburn and Smithsonian stations. Many trains will only run every 15 to 18 minutes. The green and yellow lines will have extra trains running to accommodate riders. These changes will be in place today and Sunday.
And the city of Fairfax says some sidewalks will be closed off for brick replacement. This started yesterday and is expected to end February 2nd. Now it's on Chain Bridge Road between North Street and Main Street. Crews will work 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the week.